Okay, so today we're going to talk about the multiples of fractions. Now, if you'll remember from last chapter as well as from yesterday, multiples are timesing, right? So a multiple of 3 would be 3 times 1 is 3, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 3 is 9, and so on and so forth. So we're going to be doing the same thing with fractions. Really is not going to be hard. Once you get familiarized again with it, then I think it should be super easy for you. In the meantime, before we start, I thought I'd treat you with Miss Fernley's favorite jam. It's not going to be that great as of a recording since it's a recording of a recording, but you guys can listen to it a little bit. Here you go. Jump on it.
So turn it up. Multiply, multiple. Multiply, multiples. Higher, go higher, go higher, go higher. We break down the factors. They're lower, go lower, go lower, go lower. Multiply, multiples. Higher, go higher, go higher, go higher. We break down the factors. They're lower, go lower, go lower, go lower. Alright, listen up. Well, Master P is here to straighten up your math skills. Don't fear. I know I wasn't born a rat, but I love everything about math. And math has multiples that we have to find. Multiples are easy if you try. You start with a number and keep going higher, just like counting by equal multipliers, like 3, 6, 9, 12, and on. Multiples of 3, they go on into eternity. Multiply, multiples. Higher, go higher, go higher, go higher. We break down the factors. They're lower, go lower, go lower, go lower. We multiply, multiples. Higher, go higher, go higher, go higher. We break down the factors. They're lower, go lower, go lower, go lower. Now on to factors we can't let pass us. They fit inside, let's divide like masters. Talk about the factors of 10. 1, 2, 5, and 10 again. There's a limit to the numbers that go inside. Use the rule, better recognize. Every single number has at least 2. 1 in itself, easy to do. Don't be fooled when the factors aren't plenty. If there's only 2, it's a prime. Do you hear me? I know you do, don't pretend like you don't. If you only use your brain, composite is an easy thing. It's a number that has more than 2. Factors on the inside, what's it to you? Once you break it down, factors are easy, don't get queasy. Now dance with me, Multiply, multiples. Higher, go higher, go higher, go higher. We break down the factors. They're lower, go lower, go lower, go lower. We multiply, multiples. Higher, go higher, go higher, go higher. We break down the factors. They're lower, go lower, go lower, go lower.
All right.
1, 2, 5, and 10 again. There's a limit to the numbers that go inside. Use the rule.
All right. So, that is, I love that song. I love the original song too, but it's kind of catchy to have it with multiples factors. All right. So, our lesson objective is to apply and extend previous understandings of multiplication to multiply a fraction by a whole number. Okay, so we're going to take a whole number and we're going to multiply fractions now. All right, we're going to understand a multiple of AB as a multiple of its unit fraction, which is 1 on the top as a numerator and then the fraction on the bottom. And use this understanding to multiply a fraction by a whole number. Okay, so really important that you remember this is a unit fraction because you're going to use these for this lesson. And then multiples, which we'll talk about or we'll go over again in a minute. All right. So our first problem is Jen is making 4 pans of baked ziti. For each pan, she needs 2/3 cup cheese. Her measuring cup can scoop 1/3 cup cheese. How many scoops of cheese does she need for the 4 pans? All right, so here we have 4 pans of ziti, and we're going to need to take 2/3 cup of cheese for each pan, but she's going to have to do that multiple times because she only has a third cup to scoop it out of. All right, so here is, let's say this is 1 pan of ziti, right? And we can separate it into third parts. So this is a third, this is a third, and this is a third. And we need 2/3 size parts. So I'm going to take my 1 scoop, or my 1/3 scoop, and I'm going to fill each one of these. Okay, so that's 1 time, that is 2 times. So I'm going to need 2 times 1/3 for each pan. And how many pans am I going to need? Okay, I'm going to need 4 of them. So I'm going to go do this 4 times. So if I had this here, this is 3 pans, and this is 4 pans. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing, right? I'm going to have to fill 1, 2, so this is 2 times 1/3. This is 1, 2, 2 times 1/3. And this is 2 times 1/3. Okay, so that's how many times I'm going to need to scoop my 1/3 up to get them into the pans of ziti. So I could count these up, right? So I got 2, 4, 6, 8. So it'd be 8 times 1/3. Okay, could be one way to look at it. Another way is to take the 2/3. Okay, because 2 times 1/3 is just 2/3, right? That's how many we colored. And how many 2/3 do you see? I see 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 4 times 2/3. Okay. So I'm going to need 8 of them. So because 4 times 2 is 8, and the third stays the same. Okay, so as long as you can be able to look at something like that and understand kind of what you're doing, it'd be the same thing. So 8 times 1 is 8. The third stays the same. So either way you look at it, you can do the multiplication and do it that way. All right, another way to do it is using a number line. So let's say we need to find a multiple of 2/5. Okay, so I'm going to put this into fifths, lots of fifths. So let's say this is 1/5, 2/5, 3/5, 4/5, and so on and so forth. Okay, we'll stop right there. All right, so I'm just going to jump. How many fifths? I'm going to jump 2 of them. So I'm going to go 1, oops. I'm going to start off at 2/5. So I'm going to start here at 2/5, right? Because that's where it tells me. So I'm going to jump 2. 1, 2. So that's a multiple of 2/5 is 4/5. I'm going to jump 2 again. 1, 2. 6/5. 1, 2. 8/5. 1, 2. 10/5. Okay, so you kind of see how that started. So one way that you guys are going to get tripped up is where you start. So you always start at whatever fraction it's asking you for. Okay, so for instance, let's say I had, let's get a bigger eraser here going. All right, let's say I had, let's find multiples of 2, 6. Let's find multiples of 2, 6. Okay, so I'm at 1, 6, 2, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6. Let's change that up a little bit. Let's go with because we did 2's already. Let's go with 3/4. Okay, let's see how many 3/4 we have. So we have 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, and on and on. Okay, so we'll leave it at that one. All right, so I'm going to start off at what number? 3/4. Okay, so I'm going to bubble here. And I'm going to jump how many times? 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So here's a multiple. 1, 2, 3. Here's a multiple. And on down the line. Now, if you look at this, okay, if you have 3/4, and if I want multiples of just the top number, okay, because we never do the bottom number out of fraction, we just do the top number. We do multiples of 3. It's 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and so forth. Then we just put our denominator in there. Easy peasy, right? Okay, so just remember how to do your multiples, and that'll be an easy way to do that. So let's practice you doing multiples of 2/8. Okay? So it'd be 2, which we already have, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Okay, I won't go any further than that. Then I just put the denominator down. How about multiples of 1/4? So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, all over 4. How about multiples of 4/7? Okay, so 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12, 4 times 4 is 16, and then just put them over a 7. Those are all multiples of the fraction 4/7. Okay, not terribly hard. So you'll need to know kind of how to use the number line. Remember, you just jump. Let's erase this. Let's go back. So when you're using a number line, you're just going to jump. Let's see. Start at fraction on the number line, right? So if it was 1/2, oops, something other than 1. If it was 3/4, we're going to start on 3/4. Okay? Alright, and then I'm going to jump the number of times that the numerator is. Okay, in this case, I'm going to jump 3 times. Okay? And that'll give me my multiples. Really easy. So knowing how to do a number line, knowing how to times whatever on a word problem, if you have a model, how to times that. So if I have something that looks like this, okay, I know it's not even. Okay, that's 3/4, right? And I have to make 3 of them. Okay, so then it'll be 3 times 3/4. All right. Okay, other than that, you can use regular multiples like we would normally do with multiplication, and that might help out a lot. All right, your WSQ for tonight is Donna buys some fabric to make placemats. She needs 1/5 yard of each type of fabric. Okay, 1/5. And then she has 9 different fabrics, so we're going to multiply to make her design. Use the following equation. Write the number on the line that makes the statement. Okay, so here's our unit fraction. And I need to find out how many times I'm going to multiply that in order to find out the answer. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Finish your practice book page, and have a good rest of your night.